In the category of Outstanding Achievement in Remembrance, our second award goes to Pinchas Guter and Nate Leipziger. Two remarkable men, two remarkable contributions to the memory of the victims of the Holocaust. Pinchas Guter, Nate Leipziger. Both are passionate public speakers, advocates and leaders actively involved in Jewish affairs and Holocaust education, including the March of the Living and the March of Remembrance and Hope. These men continue to teach young adults about the Holocaust and instill in them a spirit of tolerance towards humanity. So Pinchas, born in a Hasidic family, was 7 when the war broke out. He was incarcerated in the Warsaw Ghetto until the uprising in 1943, when he was deported to Majdanek, where his parents and his twin sister Sabina were murdered by the Nazis. He survived several other concentration camps, including Buchenwald, and was finally liberated by the Russian army while on the death march to Theresienstadt. Pinchas has volunteered and held leadership positions in a number of organizations, both in South Africa and Canada, including organizations supporting seniors and legal aid. He's been a cantor at his synagogue, Jewish chaplain at the Toronto jail, and held leadership positions at Baycrest Center for the Aged. He currently volunteers at Baycrest as a chaplain. Nate Leipziger was born in Chorzów, Poland in 1928. He spent 3 years in the Sosnowiec ghetto, and at the age of 15 was deported to Auschwitz-Birkenau. Nate survived 7 concentration camps before being liberated in 1945. Since moving to Canada, Nate has been extremely active in many aspects of Jewish affairs, including holding leadership positions with Doctors Hospital, CHAT, Temple Emmanuel, the National Holocaust Remembrance Committee, and the International Auschwitz Council. He is also decorated with the Republic of Poland's Officers' Meritorious Service Medal. Nate co-founded the Holocaust Education and Memorial Center of Toronto and also received the Meritorious Service Medal by the Governor-General of Canada. He co-chaired the Holocaust Survivors and Their Children gathering in Ottawa and is presently co-president of the Canadian Jewish Holocaust Survivors. He sits on the Ontario Advisory Board of Facing History and Ourselves and is a director of the United Restitution Organization, URO. We honor Pinchas and Nate for their exceptional leadership and contribution to the memory of the 6 million Jews who perished during the Holocaust. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Tikkun alum honorees in the category of Remembrance, Pinchas Guter and Nate Leipziger.
Good evening, friends. When I was a little boy, I remember seeing my grandfather, who lived in the same apartment as my family, put his hand every morning in his pocket before he went to work in our wine cellars to begin the day's work. He would draw out all his small change and place it in the front door, with instructions to our domestic helper to give some to any beggar who came to the door. In Łódź, in Poland, before the war, beggars used to come to doors asking for alms. And when the money ran out, he instructed that food be offered. My father, too, I remember, as a man of charity and great kindness. Every Friday night, I saw a stranger at our Shabbat table, sometimes very regularly ones, who did not always meet with my mother's approval. Both my grandfather and father were the ones who implanted in me the consciousness of the need of others. Whatever service I offer, whether it is volunteering at Bakers, making the lives of Holocaust survivors in difficulties a little easier, teaching the young the lessons of the Holocaust, I do my best to walk in their footsteps. With humility, I thank you for this wonderful award. I dedicate it to those two wonderful Hasidic men whose beautiful lives were snuffed out in the Holocaust and who have been my inspirations all my life. And I accept it not only for myself, but on their behalf as well. Thank you very much.
My dear friends, and my dear friends and workers in Ve'ahavta, I'm genuinely humbled that you have chosen me as one of the recipients of the Tikkun Olam Award. Humbled because of the work and commitment which you dedicate yourself, and it is you who deserve the praise that you shower so generously on me. In a world deprived of necessity, a world of hunger, insecurity, and lack of basic needs are everyday occurrences. You are a beacon of hope, an example to today's youth, and you prove that one person can make a difference. And Ve'ahavta shows the world how. My dedication to Tikkun Olam is motivated by the memory of 1.5 million children murdered while the world stood still in deafening silence. I was a child, just like them. 68 years ago, I stood in the shadows of the gas chambers of Auschwitz and Birkenau. I was rescued from the jaws of death on many occasions by my father, Alav Shalom, whose yahrzeit is today. Each time, my fate hung by a thread of human kindness, of self-interest of the murderers, which makes the crime against our people even so more tragic. You see, those who perpetrated the crimes and murders were humans. They were human beings. They were human beings whose minds were twisted by hatred and anti-Semitism. Today again, we face anti-Semitism and hatred. But today, there's a difference. We have a strong Israel, and we have groups like March of the Living and Ve'ahavta who counter anti-Semitism and hatred by emphasizing love your neighbor as yourself. Ve'ahavta, you promote understanding through education with a hands-on call to action. I believe, like you do, we are our brother's keepers. Thank you.